And it is Reap Moon Eve. It's like Oktoberfest and Halloween put together.
Reap Moon's Eve must be very important to Mercurians if they're willing to make such fools of themselves. Goddess, the Reap Moon appears to turn man into beast.
So definitely a wild party night.
Everyone's drunk, uninhibited, agitated. This could go very wrong very quickly.
That is a possibility, given what's about to happen. Because conflict is on the verge of breaking out all over the city if the plans go through.
I can't believe it's Reap Moon already. I've been counting the days and now it's here. I hardly know what to do with myself.
Reap Moon's Eve must be very important to Mercurians if they're willing to make such fools of themselves.
This bloody night never ends. Dig wells and then this desert before I volunteer for duty in Mercuria during Reap Moon ever again. If we're lucky.
I don't envy them their guard duty tonight. I don't think they're enjoying the festival much.
Heretics and their pagan rituals.
Oh, yeah.
Move along.
Don't
Move
stop.
along.
Give it to me. That's it.
Happy Reap Moon's Eve. Go on, please. Not tonight.
Hey! Where are you going, eh? Where's the rush? Come on. Don't be a dullard. Let's dance, drink, and be merry.
Everyone's drunk, uninhibited, agitated.
They really are.
This could go very wrong very quickly.
People partying, people getting tipsy or drunk, and other people getting so drunk they're throwing up off in the alleyways.
Reap Moon's Eve!
This is one of those nights where I, myself, would probably be locked indoors.
Let her burn.
Reap Moon's Eve must be very important to Mercurians if they're willing to make such fools of themselves.
Okay, no new comments here.
The next round's on me!
They're lining up for the ceremony in Tower Square. They must be curious.
They'll burn the city.
They're keeping Ireed Avenue closed at night, and the Tower Square remains inaccessible until next week's ceremony.
Ah, there's a little bug there,
Calm
actually.
down, everyone.
The ceremony
You'll
is
get through before
tonight.
The ceremony begins. Anyone caught jumping the line will be sent to the back. There's no rush. The ceremony's not even starting yet. Just stay in line and have your papers ready.
If they're willing to stand in line on Reap Moon's Eve foregoing the celebrations, everyone wants to witness the ceremony. Or perhaps there's free wine and food.
I think that is more likely. I don't think all these revelers would be interested in any kind of Azadi ritual in and of itself.
There's food left on the table.
There's always food left on this table. What is it with this table?
This bloody night never end. I'll dig wells in the endless desert before I volunteer for duty in Mercuria during Reap Moon ever again. If we're lucky, they'll burn the city to the ground, and then we can all go home. Goddess damned heretics and
I missed that particular line the last time the soldier said it.
nice Elgin. Good anyway, good Elgin.
Good Elgrin? Where's that voice coming from?
Love you so much. We'll ride off into the wild, just you and me. We'll have so many adventures. We'll see the world. And my wife can go fuck herself.
Jeez, tell us what you really think. Although I can't see where he is. I imagine he's talking to the Elgwin, but I didn't actually see anyone. Alright, he's throwing up. Those two are having a lot of fun. Man, what a crazy party this is.
This bloody night never ends. Forever and ever.
Organized group over here.
Gather round, friends.
Oh,
gather
great.
round. A most joyful Reap Moon's Eve to you all. Witness
a magical abomination has appeared among us on this holiest of holy nights. It's an affront to decency and humanity, a foul, feathered, chattering foul.
Okay, joke's on me. Open this cage right now.
It speaks with the voice of the great necromancer.
The voice of the what now?
Hold your breath, feathered servant of the shadow. Keep your obscene beak shut.
Can't argue with the obscene beak bit, but I'm not liking this whole bonfire thing you've got going on. I smell charred feathers.
Soon the grand ceremony begins, and the great engine ushers in a new age of reason, logic, and humanity, and an end to sorcery. We cannot let this foul heresy poison the night with its squawks and feathery filth. This false fowl mocked me once before, and caused a fellow follower, a fair friend of the cause, great physical pain and discomfort. The man may never be able to drink without dribbling again, all because of this freak of nature. I, Honor Hilaris, candidate and faithful servant of humanity, will personally light the bonfire to rid Mercuria of this final remnant of diseased magic, honoring our ancient human traditions, and...
You gibbering coward. When are you gonna shut up and just go away? People are sick and tired of your racist tirades. If anyone here should be burned on that bonfire, it's you. Killing that poor bird is the complete opposite of what the reaping's all about. How dare you claim to represent humanity when there's nothing human about you at all?
Hear, hear.
And you! You're supposed to be keeping the peace, aren't you? When were you planning to put a stop to this? Are you just gonna let that madman burn birds and incite violence in the city you've sworn to protect?
We do not intervene in local tradition, madam.
Oh, do intervene. No one here would mind it one bit, I'm sure.
Local tradition? Local tradition? This farce has absolutely nothing to do with local tradition. We don't burn poor defenseless animals in bonfires on Reap Moon's Eve.
Well, it's not an animal, is it?
What?
I mean, it's magical. It's a talking bird. Not an animal, per se.
Technically, the man is not wrong. I'll give him that.
Of course, it's an animal. Magical or not, it's a living creature, and you should put a stop to this right now.
Yeah, what she said.
Sorry, madam, but unless an actual human is being harmed, we cannot intervene.
Ruddy coward. That goes for the lot of you, especially that pig. Cowards!
Oh, gotta save Crow.
Humility.
Hello?
Certain
Help me!
There's a
Over
bird
here.
in that cage. A caged bird. In a bird's cage. What do you want, bird? I don't have time for...
I know you. I've seen engravings. You're Kian.
Keep your voice down. Where did you see those engravings?
I spent some time in Sadir. I'm Crow, friend of April Ryan and Zoe Castillo.
You were a friend of April.
Friend, partner, sidekick. I came back to Mercuria to find you, believe it or not. And since you're the reason I'm in this predicament, you have to help me. And quickly, because soon, if things go the way they appear to be going, I'll be very, very hot.
I'm sorry, Bird, but I need to find a way into the tower, and time is running...
The tower? The Azadi Tower? Big, white, cloud-piercing edifice? I know a way into the tower. A secret way. Get me out of this death trap, and I'll get you inside the tower, I swear on my hatchling nest.
If you're lying, I'll snap your scrawny neck.
Cross my beak and hope to die, which is a distinct possibility. Quickly now, that madman won't orate forever.
They are carriers of foul fevers.
Two interesting lines there. One is Honor there was talking about him speaking with the voice of the necromancer. Now, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a meta joke. I mean, I can't remember, does the voice actor for Crow play the same as the voice of Roper Clax this time in this game? Or is that an in-game reference? And did something happen to Crow that caused him to be a talking bird? Something that involved necromancy?
The good
I actually do not know that. And the other line was Crow's... well, I won't say the line which line in particular, because that might be a little bit of a spoiler, but there's a little bit of a foreshadowing there in Crow's pleas for help.
The merry minstrum. Plenty of bitter beer for Reapmoon's Eve. From the state of the revelers, I can't imagine there's much left in those barrels. Empty. Not surprising. Filthy as sin. All of them. They reek of foul spirits and human sick. Welcome to Reapmoon's Eve. Which one's least filthy? Nope. They're all filthy. I feel unclean.
Okay, so we have a flagon.
I'd say it was empty, but that'd be an insult to the thick crust of filth lining this cup. Ugh.
Ugh, thanks for that image there, Kian.
Mercurian red. Plain spoken, but not particularly inspiring. Dragon's fire. They've even put a little fireball on the bottle. I'm not sure if that's an invitation or a warning. Goat's Hollow Winery. No. Northland's Ruby. Any wine that begins with the word Northlands does not invite enthusiasm.
Most food and drink from the Northlands Kian is clearly not a fan of.
Purple Rose of the North. Purple Rose? This is supposed to be a wine. Grapes of Nedra. I'm unfamiliar with this wine.
It's Reapmoon's Eve, sir, and you appear to be uninebriated. For shame! Public intoxication is practically mandatory this evening. You're in luck, sir. Most stalls have shut down for the evening, but we're open, and will remain open until the very last bottle has been sold. Which, from my experience, won't be too long now. The discriminating Northlander knows we're a notch above the rest. No Southlands imports here, sir. These bottles are tapped in the Northlands with wine from the tart purple grape of...
I'm sure your wine is more than adequate, merchant.
Oh. Very well. What can I get you tonight, most sober of sirs? Perhaps you want to sample a bottle before you buy?
I'll need more than a thimbleful. A bottle will serve me better. I'm not some barbarian choosing wines merely by color. A small sample before I make my decision.
Which wine, sir?
I like the name Dragon's Fire.
Interesting. You want to sample the Dragon's Fire, our most potent wine, capable of reducing seasoned warriors to tears and bashful maidens to...
I want to taste it now.
As you please, sir. There you go, sir. Give that a smell, a swirl, and a sip.
Little tasting cup.
Even this amount can probably kill a grown man.
Let's see. Now, of course, we don't have an actual time limit because, as usual, Honor can give a speech forever.
Death to magic! Death to
This must be the kindling they used to start the pyre. This seems like an obvious target for sabotage.
Hint, hint.
Humans have lower intelligence.
So let's see. What if we put Dragon's Fire on the kindling?
That's barely 2 drops. I'll need a lot more for this to have any effect.
Oh, well, maybe we can ask for a bottle then.
You can look it up in books.
Have you finished sampling, sir? If so, please return the cup and we can commence our business.
Okay, he needs it back. Does he? Oh, there we go.
Hello again. Changed your mind, sir? Do you perhaps want a little sampler?
I'm buying.
Which wine, sir?
Oh, that's no ordinary wine. That, good sir, is a bottle of Dragon's Fire. Fermented using the finest hand-picked bottles in our collection, fortified with honey and malt.
What's the price?
You don't want some proper background before you...
How much?
125 silver coins, sir.
What? No. I don't have that kind of coin.
Well, it's between my stock and sobriety at this hour. That choice ought to make itself.
We don't have the money. So, let's see. What else can we do around here?
Are those yams? No, only apples.
Kian loves his yams.
There shall be nightly burnings.
We have a pitchfork.
I could use this to grab the bird's cage, but I'd be spotted immediately, and I can't risk sabotaging tonight's mission.
So that's probably why we need to get that kindling. If we can put some alcohol in that kindling and make a super fiery scene,
Bathtubs for birds. The Northlanders are an odd folk.
then maybe it'll be enough for a distraction that we can then take the pitchfork and get Crow down off from the top.
I shall put my torch.
Can't stay away, can you, sir? Buy or sample?
I'm a small sample before I make my decision.
Which wine, sir?
Let's see, do we just put it on a little at a time?
Interesting. You want to sample the dragon...
I want to taste it.
As you please, sir. There you go, sir. Give that a smell, a swirl, and a sip.
What if we just give it to him? So maybe if we got him drunk, then we could just raid his store. What if we put more on?
It'll take me all night to do this thimbleful by thimbleful. There must be a better way.
Fevers and sorcerous contagions.
Well, what if we put our flag in here instead of the little tasting cup? Would he notice when he filled it up?
What can I get you tonight, most?
I'm a small...
Which wine?
Let's see. So if we say Dragon's Fire.
Interesting.
I want to taste...
As you... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5... 8... 9... 10... Odd. I don't remember the tasting cup being quite so... expansive.
So this gives us some evidence that, and you can kind of hear it in his voice too, he's not the most sober person either right now. Yeah. And I think if you try any of the other wines, Kian points out that it's not quite potent enough to really cause a distraction.
When I'm elected, there shall be nightly burnings.
This should be enough. Sounds like Hilaris is about to wrap up his mad ramblings. I'll just have to wait
This
and watch.
word is only the meager beginnings of our crusade. But enough talk. This bewinged demon, this symbol of sorcery, this affront to humanity must burn.
Must he? Must is a very strong word. I'm not sure it's a word I'd use to...
Burn, you transmogrified necromancer! Burn!
Oh boy, here we go.
That worked.
God save me! God save me! Help me!
You lot, break it up. Nothing to see here. We need to get him to a healer, now! God has protected us. He'll be lucky to survive the night. Right, party's over. Go on, all of you. Go home. Be with your families.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer man.
Get me off this blazing Talk about cutting things close. I smell of singed plumage and smoke.
So, were you lying to me about that secret entrance to the tower?
No, I would never. Well, I totally would. That would be just like me, lying to save my tail feathers. But I was actually telling the truth. I do know a way into the tower. From below. No? Not making much of an impression on you. Okay, then. Follow me, big guy, and I'll lead you through the darkness into the light. The light, in this case, being the tower. More specifically, that weird pillar of dreamy light rising into the center of the tower with all the rotating metal bits.
You mean the engine?
Is that what they call it? The weird thing with the gears and the levers and the metal whatsits? Then yes, the engine. What, you don't want to go there?
Lead the way, Bird. And fast.
Crow. And I'm useful again.
Imbeciles? Amateurs? Don't they know who they're dealing with? Don't they know who I... Finally. What took you so long? I've been in here for days.
You fool. How did you manage to get yourself locked up?
Some people don't appreciate art.
Come. You need to prepare the engine for the ritual.
Yes, Master. About bloody time.
Ah, so the Prophet knows Roper Clacks. In fact, called him Master.
I'm sure you remember this place. I mean, you raided it and arrested everyone and directly contributed to closing it down for good. Remember?
Yes, Bird, I remember.
Good. Yeah, it's a far cry from how it looked back in those happy days. But I've nested here. It's not bad. Also, it's Crow. My name is Crow.
What does this place have to do with the tower?
Okay, right. So, there's a secret passage leading from the cellar into a ruined subterranean city below Marcuria. Both April and Zoe used it. I've been through there a few times myself. Purely for research purposes, of course. Not to look for treasure.
Where's the cellar?
Behind the bar and to the right.
And so, Crow has finally achieved the... Well, it's not really trifecta, because... I guess it would be, yeah, because it's 3. He's achieved the trifecta of sidekickedness, whatever. Because he's been sidekick for April, he's been sidekick for Zoe, and now finally Crow gets to be a sidekick for Kian.
For a bird, he appears remarkably intelligent. Annoying, but intelligent.
The cellar door is behind the bar.
Yep, still nothing to look at around here. A few books left on the shelf, though.
This is the cellar door?
They boarded it up? It wasn't boarded up the last time I checked. Or maybe it was. To be honest, I haven't been down there in ages. Well, I guess this is it. There's no way past those flimsy wooden boards. How about grabbing a cup of ale and a front seat to the end of the world? This is it. The end of our journey. And we came so close. I have to say, this turned out to be quite the twist. Okay, violence. I'm not used to adventuring with people who resort to violence. I have to say, it's very refreshing not having to look for keys or levers or trying to trick wizards into lowering bridges. We should have brought you along from the start. You would have saved us a lot of time.
Let's go, Bird.
Crow. Seriously. Watch your step, big guy. Here we are. This is it. The entrance to the grand underground realm beneath Markyria. It doesn't look so grand from this side, but believe me, it's grand.
Yeah, sure enough, this looks very much like when we were down here last time with Zoe and April.
There's nothing here.
No, watch this. This next part is truly awesome. Ahem. Look! Look! Not bad, eh? Just like with your foot upstairs, except with my voice. Come on! What are you waiting for?
I can't get through there.
Oh, sure you can. It's just... Oh, yeah, no. I see what you mean. That would be a tight squeeze. You're bigger than I thought, big guy. Weird. When April and Zoe did it, they fit perfectly, and they're not that much smaller than... Wait, I know. You need to sing.
Sing?
Makes perfect sense. Bird makes music, bird-sized hole appears, human makes music. Well, you do the math.
I can't sing.
You have a sing hole in your face. Blow air through it. Go on. The fate of the universe depends on it.
Fine. How does it go again?
Now you. Go!
Nope, that's not it. No, that wasn't it either. Was that it? Dun, 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 dun. Let's try that. I think that's close enough. Obviously, you can tell Kian is not a singer.
Nothing. That was correct, wasn't it? It sounded correct to my ears.
That was, serviceable. So,
Maybe I need to do it louder.
I don't think... Wait. There was something else. When April passed through here, she had some sort of, egg.
Egg?
A magic egg. It must still be down here somewhere. Unless someone's stolen it, which is quite possible. It was a while ago.
How would a magic egg help?
How can a magic egg not help? Come on, look for it.
This is ridiculous. I feel ridiculous.
Find the ... magic egg. Which is true. April did have it when she came through here. You might wonder, well, why does Crow not need it then? Well, it might be because Crow is a magical creature. So maybe was enough magic to make the singing work.
This is a wall. Just a wall. Crow-sized, not man-sized. What a tragic fate for a lovely chandelier. This tavern must have looked grand back in the day. They were probably used to hang salted meats. Markyrians may fall short in many areas, but their salted meats are spectacular. They were probably used to hang salted meats. Markyrians may fall short in many areas, but their salted meats are spectacular.
Now the singing to the stone and having it move is, of course, a big hint, and we got the same impression in the previous game, that whatever civilization had existed here before Markyria was built and lived underneath it was probably related to the Banda. in that the Bondas sing to soil, and it does what they want it to do. So probably either their ancestors or an offshoot from their civilization developed this civilization down underground where they would sing to stone and have it behave in the way they wanted.
Ale casks, most likely. Now this is the stuff. Real Southlands wines. None of that Northland swill they serve in most taverns. I'd be embarrassed to even call it wine. From the label, I'd say this probably held liquor once. There's something odd about that lamp. It doesn't match the rest of the decor. What's this? Some sort of egg? The goddess smiles on me tonight. I'll just need to be careful. Shadow. There. Got it. This certainly looks like a magic egg, whatever its true purpose. Hopefully, it'll help me.
April had found that egg inside the underground city itself. So it makes a lot of sense that it could be used to get into it.
They used this ancient egg-shaped artifact for illumination. I wonder where it came from.
I guess Ben Remade was just practical, and since it was glowing, decided to put it to use as a light down here.
My suspicions are confirmed. It's a wall. Just a wall, really.
Hey, whoa, what did you do?
I used the egg. Weren't you watching?
No. But see, I told you, the magic egg helped. I guess you needed a magic item because you were so thoroughly unmagical. Me? I'm a magic bird. I'm my own, magic egg. No props needed. And now there are magic symbols. Cool. Well, good luck with that.
And these are the exact same runes that April saw here, and so we basically just have to resolve the puzzle again. That's the low notes.
Nice work, big guy. And nice work, me.
Onwards, bird.
Crow. How hard is it to get that one right? Crow. There used to be a lot of these creatures down here, grubbers, but they've all vanished. I don't know where they could have gone. They wouldn't really fit in upstairs, especially not with the, those new guidelines vis-a-vis magicals. So what we're looking for is right there. A floaty thing, what you can row in?
Boat?
That's it! Row, row, row your boat gently across the deep, dark, eldritch subterranean lake filled with all kinds of ancient, tentacly weirdness and sleeping gods.
Please, bird. Silence.
Crow! And I'm just trying to lighten the mood, big guy. You need to laugh more.
I laugh when it's appropriate to do so.
Show me.
What? No. I won't perform for you like a trained ape man.
Come on, you can do it. It's easy. Like this. See? Open your mouth, smile, push air through. I mean, I have a beak. I don't know how it works for you humans, but if I was going to guess...
Ha! Ha ha! Huh?
That's sad. Frankly, that was disturbing. Please don't ever do that again.
You have my word.
Good. So, did you and April ever hook up? You know, mate, copulate?
No. Bird, you need to learn common decency. And I am gay. I don't mate with women.
Interesting. I prefer females myself. But it's not like there's a lot of us around, whatever my species is. And as long as I'm not starting a family of my own, who cares, really? Although I would like to start a family, I'm getting on. It may not show, but I've plucked some gray feathers, and I can feel it in my wings. Most mornings, they're stiff as dry twigs. I won't be around forever. It would be nice with a young wife to take care of me in my twilight years, to regurgitate my food and care for our hatchlings. I'd like to pass down some of the wisdom I've acquired through my journeys across the world. And all the jokes.
I'm sure you'll meet the right bird. Someday. Soon.
I hope so. I really hope so.
You might wonder how Kian found that boat, but we actually saw in the previous game that is get under the tower, just like we're doing now.
Here we are. This is it.
This is unbelievable. It's beautiful. My skin is tingling. There's a strange energy coming from that. These are dreams?
That swirling blue pillar? If you listen closely, you can hear them. Thousands of voices. It is beautiful. This place was built by the grubbers who lived down here as some sort of container to store dreams. And now the grubbers are mysteriously gone. There's probably some greater plot here that I cannot possibly wrap my little bird brain around. The tower's right above us.
They built the tower on top of this place. That can't be a coincidence.
Oh, speaking of coincidences, I remember the temple that used to be up there, before they tore it down, belonged to the Sentinel, the protectors of the balance. Nice place. Beautiful murals. Shame it got destroyed. And like I said, probably just a coincidence.
That's my way up.
I'll fly up and wait for you at the top. It'll take you a while to climb the whole way.
April actually ran into the grubbers in the previous game, but out when they were building the engine.
Shit, they're trying to break through.
Oh, this isn't good.
That took longer than I expected. I had time for a wee nap.
Light. This is incredible. It must have taken years to build all this.
It's pretty nifty. And oh so shiny. You Azadi are really into metal, aren't you? So, what now?
I need to access the engine's central control panel. There should be a speaking tube there I can use to reach Anna, Enu, and Fedauz.
I'm guessing that would be in the center of this chamber. And there's someone there.
It's just one person. Can you see if he's armed?
I don't think so. He looks really old and frail. You could probably kill him with your pinky finger. Actually, he looks familiar. But I'm probably wrong. My eyes aren't what they used to be.
We need to be careful, or he may raise the alarm. Stay here, bird.
Crow. Crow. It's Crow. It's...
Alright. Let's see. I think, actually, I remember that we got a new character on the character profile thing. Let's see if I can get to it. Oh, wait a minute. That's only when we're playing with Zoe. Oh, that's okay. So next time we're with Zoe, I will see if I can bring that up. There's a lot of controls around here.
Various controls for the engine.
Sure enough, Roper Clax is over there tinkering with something.
These are all part of the engine, connected via pipes. It appears to be an old man. Is he an engineer? These are all part of the engine, connected via pipes.
Guess we need to make our way to the center. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Is there a button, another lever over here? Well, there is, but nothing that I can apparently interact with. I like that Roper Clax just talked about fiddling with the flux capacitor. Nice.
These are all part of the engine, connected via pipes. That door leads to the outer circumference of the tower. And walk right into the hands of the tower sentries.
Fair point. That goes up pretty darn high. And I guess apparently if you keep going up, you get into the actual tower itself, which then also goes way up into the air. Now, of course, when we were with April, the lower part, which may have been built by the Grubbers back before their civilization collapsed, was pretty much the same as we saw it. But April was not here to see this huge machine that has since been built around it.
He might not pose much of a danger, but he could call on the tower sentries. I need to stay out of his sight.
I guess we'd come up for a sneaky blow from the back.
No incantations, no sorcery, no suspicious wiggling of fingers.
I'm not a wizard, not really. Honest to gods, I'm an engineer, just an engineer.
Of course, Kian has no way of knowing that he's lying, but hopefully he's smart enough not to trust him.
For some reason, his oddly shaped head brings to mind Kian. I've seen you before. Your misshapen head, it's familiar to me. Were you ever on Kian?
No,
The truth now.
not in 100 years have I been to Kian. And that's the God's honest truth.
That head. I could have sworn. What's your business here, old man?
What's my
My dear chap, I designed and built this engine. This is all me. It's an accomplishment without equal in this world, and I...
So, what does it do?
What does it do? It calculates. It's a giant calculating machine, that's all.
So, Roper Klacks built this? That's another new revelation.
He's not being particularly forthcoming, and there's no time for diplomacy here. The pickled turnip beats the rod and nails every time.
That's a new saying on me.
It's an impressive piece of work.
Isn't it? A work of art. I got the idea for this after spending some amount of time inside a particularly insidious prison. Gods know what they're planning to use it for. I built the engine, but I'm not the one with the grand plans. You'll want to speak with the Prophet and his emissary. They're behind it all. I'm merely a servant. As I said, just a humble engineer.
I find that hard to believe.
Believe what you... Oh, thank the cruel gods of old you're here, finally. Please save me from this barbarian brute. You'll be sorry, ever threatened me, foul lout.
I don't see anybody. Oh. Yikes.
As I said, just a humble engineer.
I find that hard to believe.
Huh. I guess I didn't make a move quick enough.
Oh, thank...
Every time I turn around, he stabs me.
I find that hard to believe.
Believe what you... Oh, thank the cruel gods of old you're here, finally. Please save me from this barbarian brute. You'll be sorry, ever threatened me, foul lout.
Wizards.
There we go.
Good job taking out the frail old guy. Hey, Klacks.
What does that mean?
It means, hey, Klacks. As in Roper Klacks. Wizard, puppeteer, writer, entertainer, slightly creepy geezer. What's Klacks doing here? Last time I saw him, he got arrested by the Azadi for doing a puppet show about magic. Don't ask.
It appears he's working with the Azadi, not against them. But it doesn't matter. I need to contact Fadauz.
And I'll be perching right over here, keeping an eye on things.
Of course, the game doesn't make it obvious that you need to make some kind of decision there until you get stabbed, and then you have to do the scene over again. But really, it's just a matter of punching him before he gets his knife out. Yeah, I'm assuming that Klacks got arrested not because because the Azadi wanted him or was trying to betray him, or that the Prophet was betraying him or anything like that. It was just because of that stupid propaganda humanity leader guy, Ornerus. He probably just did it because he was spiteful about magic, and that's why the Prophet had to bail him out, basically.
What's the plan?
I contact Fadauz via speaking tube, and he shuts the engine down.
And then we leave, unscathed? With plenty of time for a stiff drink and a nibble before bedtime?
Perhaps.
Don't perhaps me. I require concrete plans and positive thoughts, or I might have a panic attack.
Oh, let's see. Do we just mess with the levers, or is... I mean, it looks like there's a speaking tube right there.
Yes, mate. What do you need, mate? Uh-huh. Oh, we didn't transmit the wrong stairs again, did we? Oh, our apologies, mate. We'll take a look at it right away, mate.
Wrong channel.
Sound right.
It was not.
Oh, okay. You should get it right next time.
Thank you. That's very helpful feedback, Bird.
You're welcome.
Clean up, Darren here. What's your problem down there? Another racket in the gears? Eh? Hello? Hello? Mate? Damn! Certainly. It's the speaking tube locked again. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Wrong again?
Yes.
Should have taken my advice.
Yes.
Alright, what's behind door number 3?
Entrance hall guard post. This is Baylor. Do you need someone down there, Dar? Dar? Hello? Guess not.
Wrong again?
Yes.
Should have taken my advice.
Yes. Hello? Hello? Enu? Anna? Fadaus? Anyone there? How does this Shadow Forge thing work?
We're here, Kian.
Thank goddess. So, what now? Hello?
You don't actually have to speak so loud, Kian. We can hear you perfectly well. I'll put third eyes on. One moment.
Apostle? I mean, Mir? Kian? Right. Okay, so, remember our first conversation? You're inside the core now. The heart of the engine. And the chamber you're in, it's a battery. It contains all the dreams the tower has collected. Millions of them. You've probably seen the big glowing blue pillar. That's the vortex, the manifestation of the dream energy. You're standing by the main controls to the engine.
I don't need details, Fadaus. Just tell me what to do.
Sorry. So, there's a way to control the engine from where I am, but you need to give me direct access first. Right now, the engine will be in automatic mode, because it's designed to be autonomous during the final calculations. You need to put it back into manual mode. There should be a panel to the left of the speaking tube. Locate the knob with a hand symbol on it. That indicates manual controls.
Okay. To the left. And hand symbol is the middle one.
And we're in manual mode. Good. That's great work. We need to act fast because warning lamps will be lighting up all over. Now that we've disabled the automatic mode, you need to patch me directly into the engine's controls. Do you see the panel on the, I think the far wall behind you? Those are the pipes that connect to my location, to the knobs on my console. You must switch that panel's redirector at the same time you switch the signal repeater on the main console.
Switch what with what? At the same time? That panel's on the other side of the chamber.
This operation usually requires 2 people.
Fadaus, I'm on my own here. You know that.
Yeah, right, sure. It's still the only way to make this work, so,
I'll figure something out. Hold on.
Well, we do actually have 2 people here.
Bird, we have a problem.
Naturally. And since you're including me, Crow, in this conversation, what is it you need me to do for you?
Fadaus needs access to the engine in order to reprogram it.
Furidaus? Reprogram? Those words sound like gobbledygook to me.
Just listen. Fadaus, will Crow be able to switch on the redirector?
Crow? What Crow?
Oh, it's that adorable bird who's friends with Zoe. Hey, Kian, are you with Crow? How did that happen?
Crow is a large and reasonably intelligent magical fowl, capable of following basic directions. Can he turn the switch?
Reasonably intelligent?
I don't see why not. It's just a switch.
Reasonably?
Good. So, Crow, that panel on the other side of the room. There's a switch. Fadaus, what does the switch look like?
Reasonably? Really?
It's big and it's painted green. It should be easy to find, even for a bird.
Even for a... Oh, just wait till I get my beak on you, fella. All right. Point me in the right direction and I'll flip your switch. Even a bird of reasonable intelligence should be able to pull that one off.
Good. So, you'll need to go... there. See that panel? Look for a green switch. Wait for my signal. Then flip it.
Gotcha. Wait, what kind of signal?
A signal, I don't know. A wave.
What if you have to wave for some other reason? It could get confusing. Fine, arm waving. I'll keep my eyes open for flapping arms. Wait! Did you actually call me Crow before? Not bird, but Crow?
I have no memory of that.
You did. You love me. I'll do anything for you, Kian. Anything you want. I can't believe you called me Crow.
Just do this, bird. Crow.
There it is again. Consider it done, Kian. Partner. Best friend.
He really loves being
Crow's
a
on his way
sidekick.
to the other panel. What do I do on my end?
So, let's see. There should be 3 panels where you're standing. And further right, another set of 3 panels. See the big lever on the first panel? That's the one you need to pull. There's only one. You can't miss it. Probably. Pull the lever and hold it down while the talking bird flips the switch on the other panel. Don't let go until I tell you to.
Understood.
Okay. Here he is.
Goddess. Kian?
Whoa.
Kian, what are you...
Tana? Mother?
Light. Why are you here, Kian? Oh, how did you... I'm relieved to see you. Where's Zami? Is he here?
He's confronting Vamon's men, together with the Resistance. Mother, we've seen the camps. We know what's been happening on Kian.
I know, I know. We need to talk urgently, but not here. We must leave now before...
Wait. What are you doing here?
I've kept my eye on this engine, trying to learn what it can do. Kian, I need to tell you something important, and we don't have much...
Okay, remind me again about that sign you're supposed to give me, Kian. Was it one arm above your head, or... Oh, hello? Wait, what? You two actually know each other?
Crow. What?
Does everyone know each other? How many people are there in the world? 5? I guess I should be used to this by now. I've been around you guys long enough, nothing should surprise me. So, Mother, how's the Office of Scientific Research going? You just let me know when you need another message delivered. I'm your bird.
The Office of Scientific... You work for the Office of Scientific Research?
Oh, Kian.
Works? Mother Utana runs the Office of Scientific Research. I know this because I've been a messenger bird for the Mother both in Sadir and here in Marcuria. She's the top dog, numero uno. No one above. She is the Office of Scientific Research.
I was going to tell you, Kian. Just... not like this. Not now. I guess it can't be helped.
You knew about the camps? About the magicals? About what Sister Alessandra was doing? How long? How long have you known? Wait. Are you behind all of this?
I don't know what to say, except... I am truly, truly sorry. Shh. Just lie down. I'm sorry. Hold still. Don't die on me. You left me no choice.
What did you do? Did you just stab him? Why? That's...
What happened here? Who's that?
An inconvenience. I took care of it.
For your sake, I hope you're right. What's the matter with you?
That goon, he sucker punched me.
And now you're back on your feet, so get to... What's the bird doing here?
You? Aren't you? No, don't!
We can't afford any more distractions. The dreams are restless. The engine is ready. It is time.
All right, we're back to Zoe, and yeah, that last scene there where the prophet just snaps Crow's neck. The Roper Clax said about being sucker punched. I felt like I got sucker punched in the gut when that happened. I had no idea what was coming, and it was so fast. Oh, I just kind of was in shock for like a few moments, just sitting here on the screen going like, what? No, Crow. Oh, it was so sad. Quick little note here. You can see on Zoe's uniform here, it's got the word Jiva written on it. Jiva is the company that her mother, Helena Chang, was working for, and it's either a partner or it's a subsidiary of Wadi Corp. An area that says Chimera, whatever that means. You can see there's various sensors or something bored into her head, which is probably what was assisting in generating that fantasy world that she just escaped from.
Okay, so I just passed through some sort of holographic field. What the hell is going on?
Okay, here we go back with the journal and the character portraits. So let's see. I don't think we actually looked at Abnaxis's one. Or did we actually? Well, just in case, I'll read it. So, Abnaxis. When April Ryan first arrived in Marcuria, Abnaxis was the Venar ambassador to the Ireed Council and keeper of a piece of the stone disk. Like all Venar, Abnaxis sees all of time at once, but he was chosen as ambassador because he alone among his people was trained to focus on one particular moment. He could therefore speak with people who flow with time. 10 years ago, when the Azadi invaded Marcuria, Abnaxis left for the north. He hoped to reunite with his people and his family, but fate had other plans for Abnaxis. The Tyran armies were already marching on the lands beyond the border mountains, and the Venar were forced to flee. When Abnaxis reached the mountains, he found his passage impeded and his people gone. Since then, Abnaxis has lost much of his ability to keep anchored in the present. He's weakened and sick, and he longs for his people and his lost family. And sadly, it seemed that he had just given up on finding them, and was just going to stay there in the border mountains until his death, I guess. And here we have the ever mysterious prophet. Again, I really like the visual update they've given him since the previous game. The prophet has influenced the Azadi Council and the Six for a decade, claiming to be the voice of the goddess, her eyes and ears on earth. The prophet commanded the Azadi to travel across the Great Sea to the Northlands, to occupy Marcuria, and begin construction on the massive tower and the mysterious engine. The prophet has paid regular and usually unannounced visits to both the emissary in Marcuria and the Six in Sadir. As administrator of the engine project, Sister Saya has learned firsthand how powerful and manipulative the prophet is. And apparently quite skilled in magic as well, from what we've seen so far. I also love the fact that they gave him a kind of a weird quasi-metal voice because of that mask he has on. Because in the previous game, all he did was whisper. So again, I think that's an improvement. Okay, do we have any actual journal entries? I think... Nope, doesn't look like there's any additional journal entries after you exit from the dream world there. Now, right now it's kind of an open question. Has her entire experience in ProPast been a dream? Or was it just ever since the incident with the explosion with Nella? And because we saw that after the explosion, Zoe had been carried off by Mr. Suit, the German guy. So has this illusion only been since that point? At the moment, it's not very clear. But we're nearing the end of this recording session. And so when we come back, we will see if Zoe can escape whatever Jiva research center has suddenly found herself in. So until next time, fellow adventurers, take care.